My name is James. I am 35 years old. I live alone in a small apartment. My life is very quiet now, maybe too quiet. But 10 years ago, my life was very different. I was happy. I had a good job, good friends, and a wife I loved very much. My future looked good. Then, one person destroyed everything. His name is Mark. He was my best friend. For many years, we did everything together. We worked together, celebrated birthdays, and shared secrets and dreams. I trusted him like a brother. But I was wrong. Mark did something very bad. He betrayed me. He did something very bad. He took the person I loved the most, my wife, Emma. I remember the day when everything changed. I came home early to surprise Emma. But when I walked in, I saw Mark on my couch, laughing with her. It was not a normal laugh. It made me feel strange. There was something between them that I didn't see before. At first, I thought I was wrong. I trusted them both. Mark was my best friend. Emma was my wife. But then strange things started happening. Late phone calls, quiet talks, and excuses about work meetings. I didn't want to believe it was true. I hoped it wasn't true. One night, everything changed. Emma told me she was leaving. She said she didn't love me anymore and had found someone else. When I asked who it was, she didn't say anything. Her silence told me the answer. My heart broke. "Mark," I said quietly. She didn't look at me. That was all I needed to know. The next day, I went to talk to Mark. He didn't say it wasn't true. "I'm sorry," he said. But his words didn't matter to me. He tried to explain, but I didn't want to listen. "How could you do this to me?" I shouted. He didn't answer. He just looked at the floor. In that moment, I lost everything. My wife, my best friend, and my trust in people. The pain was too much for me. I stopped eating, stopped sleeping, and I couldn't work anymore. Later, I lost my job too. My life fell apart little by little. For years, I was very angry. I couldn't forget what happened. I thought about revenge, about making Mark feel the same pain I felt. I imagined shouting at him and telling him he was a bad person. But I never got the chance. Mark disappeared from my life, just like Emma did. One evening, years after Mark disappeared, I went to the park. I liked going there to get away from the silence of my apartment. The park was quiet, with trees, benches, and people walking their dogs. I liked to sit on a bench near the fountain and watch people. That evening, I saw someone I knew. It was Mark. He was sitting on a bench on the other side of the fountain. He didn't see me. He was alone, holding a small bag of bread and feeding the birds. He looked tired. His hair was thinner, and his clothes looked old. I felt my stomach tighten. After so many years, there he was. Mark, the man who ruined my life. I thought about going to him, but I couldn't. I was too angry. I stayed on my bench and watched him. As I sat there, I noticed something strange. Mark didn't look happy. He looked sad. His shoulders were down and his head was low. I sat there for a long time just looking at him. I started to think, did he lose everything too? Did he feel the same pain I felt? I left the park that night without talking to him, but his sad face stayed in my mind for days. One rainy afternoon, I saw him again. This time it was different. I was walking home from work, taking a short cut on a quiet street. The wind was strong, and the street was empty. Suddenly I heard shouting and a fight. I turned the corner and stopped. It was Mark. He was on the ground. 2 men were hitting him and taking his bags. He tried to get up, but they pushed him back down. His face was hurt and he looked very weak. I stood there for a moment. This was Mark, the man who betrayed me, the man who ruined my life. I thought about leaving him there. Maybe he deserved this. But then I thought, what kind of person do I want to be? I had to choose. Help Mark or leave him. Now I ask you, what would you do? I chose to help him. I ran forward and shouted, "Hey, stop that!" The men looked at me and ran away into the night. Mark was left on the ground, shaking and hurt. I walked to him and knelt down. He looked up at me, surprised. "James," he said quietly, Why did you help me?" I didn't answer right away. I helped him sit up. Then I said, "Because I don't want to be like you, Mark." Mark looked down. "I don't deserve this," he said, "after what I did to you." "You're right," I said, "but being angry only hurts me. I'm tired of feeling hate." Mark's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, James," he whispered, "for everything." I looked at him, and for the first time I felt peace. I wasn't angry anymore. I understood that hate wouldn't fix my pain. I had to let it go to feel free. I stood up and helped Mark stand too. "Let's get you home," I said. As we walked, Mark told me his story. After Emma left him, his life fell apart. He lost his job because of his actions. His friends stopped talking to him. He had nothing. He moved to a small room and started working small jobs to survive. "I destroyed everything," Mark said. "Not just your life, but my own. I was selfish, James. I thought I was winning, but I lost everything. I don't blame you if you hate me." I stayed quiet for a moment. Then I said, "I did hate you, Mark. For years, I hated you. But hate didn't help me. It only made my life worse." Mark looked at me, and there were tears in his eyes. "I'm sorry, James. I know I don't deserve forgiveness." I looked at him and said, "You're right, Mark. You don't deserve it. But I don't forgive you for you. I forgive you for me. I want to be free from this anger. I want to live my life again." When we reached his small apartment, Mark stopped and said, "Thank you, James. You didn't have to help me, but you did." That night, as I walked home in the rain, I felt lighter, like something heavy was gone. I understood something important. Revenge doesn't help anyone. Hate only hurts you. Sometimes you need to forgive, not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve to be happy. I decided to let God take care of justice. It's not my job to punish others. I chose peace. I chose to forgive. So I ask you again, what would you do? Sometimes, the hardest choice is the right one. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure you don't miss our next video. We have an exciting and engaging topic lined up to help you practice your listening skills. Click here to watch it and keep improving your English.